Hello and thanks for joining me on another video. Now in today's video I'm going to be looking at my Mattel Electronics Battlestar Galactica Space Alert game. Now this was bought in probably about 78-79 from Argos, which was a company in the UK, still operating but mainly out of Sainsbury's stores now. They used to produce a catalogue twice a year that as a kid you would get, and you would look through and you would choose, and maybe in the summer you would choose the toys that maybe you were going to get for your birthday, and for Christmas the winter catalogue that would have all of the toys that again you might want for Christmas. And I do remember around about 78-79 seeing this in the Argos catalogue and thinking, wow, you know, I was a big Battlestar Galactica fan, and I thought, wow, that's great, you know, maybe I'll ask Father Christmas for that. So I was a bit disappointed when I got it, I must admit, and I'll come to that in a moment. But let's just have a quick look at the box and see what we've got first of all. So there's a nice picture on the front of Battlestar Galactica Viper. You've got on the little flap here the Galactica itself, another Viper, Cylon Raider craft on the side there. Picture of the game, Space Alert at the bottom it says, and then on the side another little picture, and on the back a kind of set of instructions really, just telling you about the game, what you've got. You've got an arming switch, a fire button, interceptor control lever, digital scoring, launch, impact, win and lose sounds, so it makes sounds as well. And I can't really see the little bit at the top there because the flap has come off with the top flap. I think this had a polystyrene insert, and I can't remember if this bag was the bubble wrap bag was original. It might not have been, I might have just put that in there. But let's get it out and have a look. So that's the box, not too bad, a little bit worse for wear. You can pick these games up, you do see them around from time to time at toy fairs and maybe sometimes in the odd charity shop. You tend to see the game, you don't really see too many of the boxes. They seem to be quite hard to find with a box. But here we go. So this is the game itself. Now Mattel did actually produce this game. I think they created it probably mid to late 70s, before Battlestar Galactica kind of got popular, and I can't remember what the game was called. It might have just been called Space Alert, and when Battlestar Galactica was popular, they kind of rebranded it and they just stuck a new sticker on the top, and I think they just put these, you know, little pictures on here, because I had seen this game a few years ago, and I remember thinking, oh yeah, that's the same as my one, although it doesn't say Battlestar Galactica. It's kind of a little bit different. I mean, the gameplay is exactly the same, but the stickers were different basically. So it wasn't branded as originally, I think, as a Battlestar Galactica game. But obviously when that TV series came out and it was quite popular, they probably jumped on the bandwagon and, you know, got the copyright and stuck a few stickers on there and put the little pictures on here. So the idea of the game, I thought, Galaxians, you know, if you remember the arcades, you remember Galaxians, where they kind of swoop down and, you know, kind of like Space Invaders, but it's a bit more fun, I think. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking, but unfortunately, no. When you see the picture, and when I saw the picture in the Argos catalogue, I thought these were the graphics. You know, I thought, wow, look, you've got the Galactica at the bottom, and, you know, the idea was probably you move that around or whatever, and the Cylon Raiders, I imagine them swooping down. You know, I was about 7 or 8 years old at the time. But no, it's not like that at all. So I'll turn it on in a moment. It still actually works. But what you are, or what you get, is at the bottom here, because obviously this is printed on, but at the bottom of the screen you are the little sort of interceptor. So the idea is you're a little red light, a little red LED light at the bottom there, that can move using this joystick at the bottom here, which does tend to get a bit stiff over the years, but yeah, you can move left or right, so you can fire at the left, fire at the right, and fire in the middle. These Cylons at the top here, they then send down supposedly missiles, and it's got to sort of take a direct hit on the Galactica. Now the only way you can take a direct hit is by getting hit dead center in the middle. So they do fire down from the side. So there's 3 kind of areas that they come down from, 3 areas that you can intercept them at. So left, right and middle. The only problem is they do kind of swap around, so they don't come down in a straight line. You might get one come from the right and then it will go into the middle, and then it will give you a direct hit. So, and as you intercept them and fire them, you can sort of swerve them. You don't just press the fire button and it goes straight up. You can press the fire button, move the joystick, and then that can swerve the interceptor missile. So it's very simple. It's a very simple game. Graphics are pretty much non-existent apart from these little red LEDs. And where you intercept these attackers coming down, that's where you get the score. So that's the idea of the numbers here. So obviously if I intercepted here at the 4, then I'd get a score in the little box there that would say 4. If I intercepted another one up in the 5 area, then obviously the score would go up to 9. So the idea really with this game is that you're just trying to build your score up, and it is quite addictive. You know, I do remember when I got it, I was playing it, my mum was playing it, my dad was playing it, so everyone was playing it. But let's have a little look. As I say, it does still work, although over the years, with time, sometimes when you switch this on, it doesn't always work straight away, so you might have to turn it on or off again, and sometimes when we do turn it on, it kind of gets a little bit stuck, so you just have to reset it. But I think that's looking online, that's a bit of a quirk of these games, that the electronics do kind of sort of gradually fail over time. But it's very simple. There's the joystick along the bottom, which you control the little missile at the bottom here, the fire button, which causes the missile to go up, and you've just got this on and off switch. It just says arm and off. So let's have a look. Let's have a look at the gameplay. So if I turn it on, okay, right. So I took a direct hit there. A missile came right down the middle and just got me in the middle there. And that's all it does. It gives you that noise, and then this thing just sort of flashes away at the bottom to kind of say that you've lost. So the only thing you do is just turn it off, turn it on again to reset it. Now, it does follow a pattern, and the pattern isn't quite the same all the time. Sometimes the first missile will come down the middle. The second time you might turn it on, 2 missiles might come down, one first from the left and then slightly little time after, one from the right. But it does follow a set pattern. The more you play it, you get to know the set patterns. So let me have another go and see if it comes down the middle. I'll try and intercept it straight away. So let's make sure I get the joystick kind of in the middle. This is a bit stiff at the bottom here. I don't know what I could do to free that up a little bit. I don't want to squeeze any oil or put any grease there. I might have to open it up at some point and just see if I can lubricate that a little bit. But let me turn it on. Okay, so I've got a 3 there, if you can see that. I managed to move the joystick over to get the one from the left and the right. There we are, middle and right. Oh, now they both parted. They were coming down the middle, and you've got to be careful because they do swerve and they might get you right at the last minute. I'm doing quite well actually, 20. Considering I haven't played this for years. But there we are, look, you can see I can move. Oh, spoke too soon, there we are. But you can see that I can sort of move that one along the bottom there. So it's only got 3 positions, as I say, left, middle and right. And you lose when you take a direct hit. Obviously the idea is to try and anticipate where the Cylon attackers missiles are coming from, and then you can try and get as high score as possible. So the highest you can get in any score is 6 on one of them. But I do remember playing this, and do actually remember getting it up into well, certainly, you know, the 80s and the 90s. So it was quite, I can't remember if it actually gives you 3 digits there at all. I think you might get to 99 and it might stop. But yeah, it is quite an interesting game to play. But that's why I was disappointed with it, because I was thinking that these were the graphics. I mean, I was getting a little bit ahead of my time. I mean, remember, this is, you know, 78, 79. And I was kind of thinking that these were going to be the graphics on the game and you might be able to control these some way. But sadly, not. But even though I was disappointed initially, once I started playing it, yeah, I quite enjoyed it. And I do actually quite enjoy it now, to be honest. So let's give it another go. There we go. 2. Ooh, here we are, moving along the bottom. Got 1 of them anyway. 9. See if I can beat 20. Ah, no. Every time I say that, look, I end up losing. Right, I think what I'll do, I'll leave it there, because I don't think I'm going to get better than that. So that was it. There's the speaker there. That's the noises that it makes. It doesn't do anything else, and it does have this kind of whining noise that you might not be able to hear there very well. But yeah, just while this is flashing. So if I turn that off, have a look on the back. It just says if game malfunctions, try a fresh battery, and there's some instructions on the back there that just says space alert instructions, arm switch starts attack, fire button launches counter attack. To score by the interception, move the interceptor button to the left or right. If attacker makes a direct hit, you lose. So there we are. As you can see, I've got a bit of blue tack on the top there because it takes a 9-volt battery on the top there, and yeah, the battery door is broken, so I need a bit of blue tack to stick it on. But I did open this up once many years ago just to see what was in here. I can't actually remember really, so I might open it up again one day. Not much, it's very a simple circuit board in the top there, but I don't think there's much you can do. If anything does kind of break or go wrong, I'm not sure if there's much we can do there. But luckily it still plays, it still works, and it still looks quite decent. As I say, the only thing, if you are going to pick one of these up anywhere, a toy fair or eBay, just be aware that this joystick does get quite kind of grating, and it should be a lot freer, but obviously the more you push on it and play, and the tendency when you play on this, you play with your thumb there and you're kind of pushing on it, it does kind of wear. So that's one of the things that happens with these, and this consequently then does get quite stiff at the bottom, but it's still playable, it's still working okay. If anyone's got any ideas what I might be able to do to sort of free that up, I might undo it and have a little look and just pop maybe a little bit of grease on the side. I don't know, but yeah, just let me know in the comments. But hopefully you enjoyed this. Hopefully it brought back some memories. Maybe you had one of these, maybe you didn't have the Battlestar Galactica one, maybe you had it branded as something else, and I can't actually remember what it was, whether it was just called Space Alert or something completely different. But do let me know in the comments. I'll be interested to hear about that. So thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this, and I will see you again on another video. Thanks very much.